In the year 1631, the Mughal Empire lost its matriarch. Empress Mumtaz Mahal died in the Deccan Plateau, giving birth to her 14th child. Mumtaz was an active force in the government. She rode into military campaigns alongside Shah Jahan, shaped his political strategies, and held the highest level of trust as the keeper of the imperial seal. The physical toll of her death on Shah Jahan was severe. He withdrew entirely from public life. Over the next year, his hair turned stark white, his posture bent, and his eyesight deteriorated so badly from constant weeping that he required spectacles. The emperor's withdrawal paralyzed the court, creating a power vacuum at the center of the empire. To find a way forward, Shah Jahan turned his attention toward a single task: building a memorial for his wife. He found his inspiration in the words of a grieving poet who wrote, "May the abode of Mumtaz Mahal be paradise." Shah Jahan interpreted this literally. He spent the next 2 decades attempting to engineer a physical replica of Jannah, the Islamic concept of heaven, on earth. This theological obsession moved the project beyond simple remembrance, framing the construction as an attempt to manifest the divine through physical stone. You can see the location Shah Jahan chose, a quiet riverside property on the banks of the Yamuna River. But the location posed a severe engineering threat. The heavy, unstable mud of a riverbank is difficult ground for a structure intended to last forever. Millions of tons of stone would naturally sink into the soft earth. Builders dug deep wells into the water table, packing them with wood and rubble. River moisture kept the logs stable. Above ground, workers built a 15-kilometer dirt ramp and a vast network of scaffolding to drag heavy stones upward. Building heaven required first overcoming the physical instability of the earth below. Recreating paradise required materials far beyond what local quarries could provide. Shah Jahan began hoarding the vast material riches of the empire. To move that wealth, he mobilized a labor force of 20,000 human workers, utilizing 1,000 elephants as the project's heavy transport system. The supply chain stretched across the continent. They hauled jade and crystal in from China, turquoise over the mountains of Tibet, and sapphires from Sri Lanka. The construction site acted as an economic magnet, pulling precious resources from the edges of Asia into a single city. Looking at this frontal view of the main white marble dome and central archway, you can see the strict symmetry. The architects actively manipulated physical perspective to make the structure appear flawless to the human eye. Take the Arabic calligraphy framing the massive doorways. If uniformly sized, letters at the top would look smaller from the ground. So carvers gradually increased the text size the higher it went, ensuring it appears perfectly uniform from below. Look at this low-angle shot of a single white marble minaret. These 4 towers contain a built-in safety feature. They are constructed leaning slightly outward. In the event of an earthquake, this precise lean ensures the massive stone towers will collapse outward, falling away from the central tomb to protect the structure's core. Looking closely at this extreme close-up of the marble surface, you can see the vibrant floral stone inlays. The artisans adapted these designs from European botanical herbariums, brought over by Jesuit missionaries, to assemble impossible heavenly plant species in solid stone. By calculating every angle, lean, and line of sight, the builders made the engineering feel like supernatural perfection. The main complex was completed in 1653, at a cost estimated today to be around $827 million. But the structure contains a contradiction. Islamic tradition strictly forbids elaborate, ostentatious decorations on actual graves. This internal view shows the highly decorative marble markers inside the main chamber. Yet these monuments do not actually hold the emperor and empress. Their bodies rest in a plain, unadorned crypt directly below this floor. The marble and semi-precious stone act as a monument to imperial status, while the bodies themselves occupy a space defined by religious humility. Shah Jahan did not get to enjoy his earthly paradise. He was deposed and imprisoned in a nearby fort by his son, Aurangzeb, spending his final years gazing at the Taj Mahal through a barred window. When Shah Jahan died, Aurangzeb refused to spend the funds for a separate tomb. Instead, he ordered the floor of the Taj Mahal opened, burying the emperor directly next to Mumtaz. That single decision created a permanent architectural break. Shah Jahan's grave sits off-center, disrupting the symmetry of the entire complex. Despite the years spent attempting to engineer a symmetrical eternity, the monument is defined by the asymmetrical reality of human grief.